If you want to discover the secrets of what elite entrepreneurs and marketers did to achieve the next level of success, then this channel is definitely for you. Hey, I'm Daniel Das, and I'm the coach and founder of Voice Warriors, and I just want to thank you for clicking on this video. Voice Warriors Radio is where we interview these experts about their secret frameworks, strategies, tips, and how we can implement it right away in our lives and business. So stay tuned till the end of this video because I have an awesome gift that I would like to give to you. Enjoy, and I'll see you in a bit. So she started her first company over 10 years ago while juggling a full-time corporate job, right? And she has sold over millions of dollars from live webinars and spoken from the most prestigious stage around the world, I'll say, right? And she has also earned the two Common Club Award winner. Became the two Common Club Award winner within a short period of time, right? And generated multi-million dollars business from zero. Started a movement of 10,000 of people, and she did it all thriving in a happy marriage with two beautiful children, right? And so today we're going to know that system, and she's going to be sharing with us how she is able to use this system called the Kapow system and how she has impacted lives and also make moolah, right? So without further ado, let us put our virtual hands and let us give a warm welcome to the one and only Liz Benny. What's up?
Hey, Danny, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How about yourself? I would love to know a little bit about your backstory on how you started the Kapow movement or the Kapow system. Could you just share on that?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so given the fact that we're on a little bit of a time limit today, I could speak for hours and hours and hours about this, but I'm not going to. But here's cutting the very long story short. I grew up. I'm a farm girl from South Otago in New Zealand. Grew up in a Presbyterian household, and very, very, very. I don't know those of you who are Presbyterian or have understand the Presbyterian Church. It can be very like, don't poke your head up. Nope, don't be different. No,
Totally understand that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So, and New Zealand is a very, 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 we have what's called tall poppy syndrome here in New Zealand as well. Australia and New Zealand are some of the worst in the world at making sure that people stay under the radar. You don't poke your head up too much. Anyway, so that's kind of how I, a little bit of a backstory there in terms of how I grew up. But I always knew as a kid, I always knew that I was an entrepreneur. I didn't know what it was, but I was always dreaming about these ideas and these things that I wanted to create. And when I was mowing weeds for my dad when I was young, and when the weeds got caught underneath the lawnmower, I remember turning the lawnmower over and like holding the weeds, and they were green, and I squeezed them, and I saw all this green stuff coming out here. And I was like, I wonder what I can make with this. I wonder what I can sell with this. And that was me as a little kid wondering what I could do in order to just sell stuff and, make things and sell them. So cutting a very long story short, though, I went to university. I've got an undergraduate degree in a master's and a master's degree. So I did the normal thing because I didn't know how to be an entrepreneur, and nobody was really saying, hey, you're dyslexic. Hey, you're an entrepreneur. Hey, you're a little bit weird. Maybe go this way. So I went and I did the university thing, and I got the corporate job, and I did that. And I remember when I was in my corporate job just going, what? Like, why am I the only person that's happy around here? Everyone, like, I was happy to begin with. And then I was like, what? Like, nobody's smiling. So it came a time, though, and I had a 6-figure job, and I was doing super well. And I just went, this is not me. This is absolutely not me. So I started in being an entrepreneur, and I've done direct sales. I've done multi-level marketing, which is so not for me, but it is for other people. And then it really started for me when I started an agency. And that's when it really started, because I was like, oh my gosh, like, and I made $23,000 profit in my first year, which doesn't sound like a lot, but that was profit. And I'd lived, and there was after tax, and I had that money. That for me was like, wait, I worked that hard for that? I'm like, oh, hell no. So the next year I did $181,000 in profit, and I learned how to systemize my business. And then from there, it just kind of took off. And then I did an online program. I hired the incredible, amazing Russell Brunson. I was one of his first big success stories.
Yeah,
And from there, it
love
kind of
it.
took off. I created a coaching program. I created a mastermind. And, the Liz Benny's face is out there around the world now doing some pretty cool things.
Yeah, that's so awesome. Your story is really amazing. And when you're sharing that you did MLM, which I also tried, and I don't think it's my thing. So sorry. But then, yeah, I mean, it's an awesome kind of, I'll say business, right? But yeah, your story is seriously so amazing on how you started Kapow. And really what really got my attention, or I'll say, understand about you is basically from Russell Brunson as well. You were one of his first few clients, and the story, like, we'll go into that as well. The story of your first webinar, and then you had basically near to none, right, show up rate, and that kind of thing. Correct me if I'm wrong. Oh my gosh, it was 0. Yes. Yeah, so I remember that
Actually, no, I
clearly.
got bots to show up. I mean, like robots, they showed up. I don't know how that happened, but I mean, it was really, really, really demoralizing, to be really honest with you, because I'd invested some of our family money in
Wow.
working with Russell, and I was like, oh my gosh, this has to work. This has to work. This must work. This
Mhm.
must work. So it's coming from this must energy, not desperate energy, but this
Mm.
must work. This
Wow.
must work, not
Wow.
because I think desperate energy but to be very honest with you, there were some tears along the road. And there were some times when I was like, what is wrong with me? Why is this not working? What is wrong with me here? And I remember, though, I put months into that very first webinar, and it just was crushing and brutal, because I'd worked out the webinar, worked out everything, I worked out the branding, I'd had the course ready to go, and was half of the course ready to go. And to have that situation where my wife's health was failing at that point in time, we were living in a hunk of junk house. Like, the windows were so thin that you could almost spit through them. Not that you would want to do that, but they were just really thin windows. And I felt like in my heart that it was up to me. Like, my family's future was very much up to me.
Wow.
And I
Wow.
just kept going.
Yeah, then you just kept going, and you did the needed tweaks or edit with
Yep.
Russell's help as well, and from there on you really grew to where you are right now, and that's, yeah, your story right there is really amazing. May I ask also, since we're on this whole thing, right? Was that the moment that you discovered your voice, or was there a different period of time where you discovered your voice?
So I think that's a really good question. There have been iterations of Liz Benny, the Queen of Kapow, out in the marketplace. The version of me that we're speaking about right now,
Mm-hmm.
the webinar person, like, it to me feels like 5,000 iterations ago of me. I've changed so much along the way, and I'm actually serving a different clientele now. However, this story that we're talking about is so critical, and so it's so needed for so many people. So for me, I found my voice when I started leading, and I started leading myself. I started leading my family, but when the customers started to come in, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is actually working right now. And then I felt this burning responsibility to help make sure that they got results, because for me, they'd purchased, a 997 online program, which, is amazing and was amazing, and has changed so many people's lives. But I didn't want to be one of those people that just sold something and then didn't connect with customers.
Mm.
And that really was, and I didn't see them as customers. I saw them as people. I saw them as mothers. I saw them as people that had taken, a risk, and they
Wow.
trusted me. And, for me to just leave them to it. So I'm massively over delivered in the first one year of having an online program. Basically, everyone that purchased had a coaching program, with that.
Mhm.
But I felt like it was part of me stepping up and leading and understanding and growing and really putting in the hours it wasn't even putting in the hours, putting out the love to help
Mhm.
inspire people. Because yes, I was teaching people. Please, whoever is listening and watching this right now, I remember saying to Russell, or when he said to me, "Hey Liz, I think the best thing for you to do is to teach people how to run a social media management company." And I thought to myself, "Oh dear Lord, please no. Like I hate social media. Like, do I have to teach people how to use it to make money? Please." But it was absolutely the right strategy, because it was the
Mhm.
fastest path to two big things: me becoming financially free, but also me serving a clientele, like a hungry market,
Wow.
and serving them at a level that would actually change their life. Not just, me making money, because I think there's a lot of people out there selling courses where they make money, but other people aren't actually, or coaching programs where the coach is making money and the clients aren't necessarily making money. So for me, it had to be a double impact my life, impact their life.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
so
beautiful.
the whole Kapow thing just started within the Social Monkey Business Facebook group. So to loop this back
Mhm.
around for you, in the Social Monkey Business Facebook group where I was over delivering, I just started saying, "Oh my gosh, that's Kapow!" Like Kapow, and I started saying Kapow in that Facebook group, and it was just a thing that I started saying, and then I became the queen of Kapow, and then Kapow became something because somebody said to me one day, "What does Kapow mean?" I'm like, it's a word I say to me, and it makes me feel good. Now
Yeah.
so honestly, it actually now stands for connection, making sure that we're all connecting with the right people to uplift us, because we are the people that we hang around with, period. And if we're hanging around with people who are earning $10 per hour, we are likely to be a $10 per hour person unless we
Yeah.
can get ourselves around uplifting people. So connection, connecting with ourselves, God, spirit, universe, whatever your belief system is, and connecting with the right people. So, who we connect with basically makes or breaks us as a first port of call. Then, authenticity. We must be able to be truly 100% ourselves and not live somebody else's life, not live your dad's life, your mum's life, your kid's life. Not, no, 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 no. The moment that you start living other people's lives, you're off kilter, period. And honestly, it's going to happen. You're going to go off kilter, but you always, like, as long as you keep coming back, keep coming back, keep coming back. And then purpose. We must be living purposeful lives where we are getting up in the morning going, "Holy crap, I get to do this and change," like da, 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 like meaningful, purposeful lives. Then the O stands for ownership. And that truly means taking ownership for that which is ours, to live the life that we want to live. Like, you say you want to become a millionaire or a multimillionaire or a billionaire. Well, you bloody well you need to take responsibility for who you must become to get those results that you say that you want. Because ain't nobody going to come and save you. Like, that's like,
Mhm.
it's up to you. And
Yep.
then W is wealth. So wealth is, to me, living a truly wealthy life is an all-rounded wealthy life, which includes financial freedom, but wealthy relationships, wealthy
Wow.
health, and all of those relationships. Yeah.
Wow, I love that. Finally the Kapow system. Guys, basically we can just close the call right now, and yeah, that's enough to really help you guys. I hope you guys are taking notes, and if you're on the replay, make sure you take notes because this is just golden. Thank you so much, Liz, for sharing that. And when you mentioned connection, and you mentioned your clients, you because of that connection you have built, and from there on, your connection with your clients started to become very fruitful, I would say. And it's such a beautiful journey that you have went through. And but one question that I always also have asking myself, and I guess is from the audience as well, like, what really got you motivated to keep going?
Oh, such a good question. So
Thank
we
you.
have to have a why. We have to know why.
Yeah.
Why are we going to get it? And why are we going to walk through the pain and cut off the anchors that are going to stop us from getting there? Why? Why are you doing this? If you don't know why you're doing it, then the moment the resistance comes up, I have resistance in my life right now. I have resistance to getting on this podcast today. And not resistance to you, beautiful, incredible, amazing Daniel.
Thank
There are
you.
things going on in my life where there was resistance, and I have to actually push away a lot of things at the moment.
Mhm.
And like, no, I'm going this way. No, I'm going this way. No, I'm going this way. But if you're not aware as to why you're doing it, like, yes, you can say, I want a 2 Comma Club award. Well, why? Is it for the significance of having a 2 Comma Club award? Or is it because of the impact that's going to make in your life and the lives of others? Like, why are you doing this? By the way, I'm not bagging those awards. Like, those awards drive people to do incredible things and become greater versions of themselves. And I fear sometimes that people are going about creating those awards and getting those awards and wanting those awards for reasons that are out of alignment with who they truly are. And they're not understanding why they're doing it. So I'd say to you, go get the 2 Comma Club award, go get the X award, go get the 50 million gazillion thousands award, go do them. But be very, very mindful of, why are you doing this? Don't do it for your coach. Don't do it for your mum. Don't do it for your dad. Why are you doing this? And be rooted in what you want and what outcomes in life you want and your values. So for me, I couldn't go through my life knowing that I've got all this energy, I've got all this tenacity, I've got all this passion, this intelligence, that I can actually change lives with this. So for me, it's actually part of how I am programmed to give to others, to be of service to others. It's all I've ever wanted to do. Some of my lowest moments in life have become some of my greatest moments in life when I've turned those moments into moments where I'm like, you know what? Like, if you're feeling crappy in life, go help someone. Like, this is the fastest way to not feel crappy.
So
Okay.
true.
But for me, I couldn't sit there and understand and that I have the ability to change my financial future and my family's and a lot of other people's by serving people. And then I can have a crap ton of fun along the way. Let's do that. Let's impact the world in a really positive way. And that's why. But back then, my why was, I don't I, I don't want to live in this crappy house anymore. My house was cold. My house was nearly falling down. Like,
Wow.
really get this. Like, I did not come from, and I didn't get, like, I'm fully freehold in my house right now. I have a gorgeous home. I paid it off just like that. I made money very, very, very quickly. And the reason for that is I kept going and I kept understanding why I'm doing this. And the why changed along the way. The why initially was, I want to get out of my really crappy situation. All right, this sucks. But also, I have some tenacity here, and it's about becoming more of me. Change my family's financial future and become more of me. That's it.
Wow, wow, that is so good, so good. That what you just mentioned there, and just changing your. I think, yeah. At the end of the day, it all starts with the mind, right? And from there on, let it flow, let it, and just. I feel that you really enjoyed the process, even though it was like challenging. But you just keep on putting through, and yeah, just never give up and pushing yourself through. And I love the your Facebook cover right now. This is really awesome. The perfect effing, and all these things that are there. All the F's, right? Basically, the fun, freedom, family, faith, friends, fulfillment, fitness, fortune, right? And I know that making money is something like you mentioned as well. Like, you're really good at it, and I believe and know that you believe as well that money is just the byproduct of the work or the amount of effort we put out there, right? And the amount of lives we are able to change with it. But what is one entrepreneur can do to, or what you can suggest or help an entrepreneur to focus more on the impact rather than on the money side of things? What would you like give a
That's a great question.
strategy?
So, firstly, I'm just going to say, if money's your focus right now, because money's your focus, you do you, boo. Like, absolutely, you do you, boo.
Boom.
That's the first thing I want to say, is that I'm not here to tell anyone what they should be focusing on and what is important to them, because at certain times, like, I have been like, no, like, I am really money driven right now. Or I have been like, no, I'm really impact driven right now. And I think being true to yourself and being able to go, actually, this is okay. Like, I want to make a crap ton of money for or I want to, like, I just want to impact the world. I mean,
Wow.
to be honest, like, you can do both, like, very much so. But having having a priority as money is actually okay. I just wanted to quickly say that. With that said, there are a lot of people out there who glorify money and who make money God, right? So they are worshiping
Yeah.
money, or
Yep.
they are out there on social media, flaunting, I guess, like, oh my gosh, look how rich I am. And I'm like,
Yeah.
whoa. So to me personally, I don't want that. I want beautiful wealth. I want financial freedom. I want the feeling of going, I know that I've got a crap ton of money and I don't need to show it because I have it. Right. So often I feel a lot of people are out there showing how rich they are, but they're actually not. They might have a lot of revenue in their business, but they are dirt poor. I actually did a podcast with the incredible, amazing Mike Michalowicz, who wrote the book Profit First. And for those of you that want to review that or have a quick look at that, it's actually on the front page of lizbenny.com, or go to the podcast area there. He's just an amazing man. Multimillionaire. He lost it all. He actually went bankrupt. And now he helps people make sure that, they actually look at life through the profit first lens as opposed to the revenue lens, right? So that's a very important thing to say.
Yeah.
Now, to your question, which is a beautiful question, how do you focus on impact, right?
Yeah.
Well, the big thing is sometimes, like, it's been hard for me to go, like, I got to the point, honestly, in my life where I was like, money shmoney. Like, what? I don't want to go make $1 million right now, even though I can. I don't want to go make $1 million right now because I want to make $1 million that means something.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to that point and you're like, I want this to be meaningful, that's those times where I would suggest to anyone who is feeling that feeling, who wants to create meaningful money, stops. They don't listen to anyone, and they walk into the hills, they walk into the mountains, they take a holiday by themselves, they have an overnight stay in a hotel by themselves, and they take nothing. They take nothing. They don't take a computer. They don't take anything with them, and they just stop. And they listen to their own inspiration and shut out all the noise from the rest of the world. Because what calls to your heart is what's going to really drive your ability to impact a great many people. So, for example, there's a guy by the name of Scott Harrison who created the movement Charity Water. And he got to be very passionate about that when his story is incredible. He was a former porn addict and drug addict and alcohol addict and all that sort of stuff. And then he kind of woke up one day and he went for an entire year. He did a year-long trip where he saw some of the most broke and destitute people in the world. And he saw that people didn't even have the luxury of drinking water. And he saw that, and he just fell to tears, and his whole life's mission became around that and building and generating wealth as well. So that's what I would say, is stop and listen to your own heart. Stop and listen to the beat of your own drum. Don't try to get ideas from other people out there because it's not going to work. Listen to yourself is what I'm saying.
Liz, you took this whole session today to another level. Basically, you made this session so meaningful, like the word you just used, and it can really pierce into someone's heart, right? And really change a lot of their mindset. And really thank you for that. And we're coming to a close. I do not want to hold you. I know your time is precious. And but what is one or two strategies, or I'll say not strategies, let's say habits, one or two habits that you do daily, that you make sure you do it every day of your life to have your business and your life to go smoothly as possible? Could you share that?
Health. My goals, my values are, number one, health first. Number two, integrity. Number three, wealth. Like those are my values. That's how I'm programmed, because I love wealth, by the way. And wealth for me, again, is all of those wealths that I was talking about before. It's not just crushing from a revenue standpoint. It's wealth. So for me, though, if I am unhealthy, if I am unhealthy in my mind, if I'm unhealthy in my heart, if I'm unhealthy in my body, if I'm unhealthy in my spirit relationship, I'm broke.
Wow.
So, when I went through COVID, and COVID actually, like, I know it interacts with people in very, very, very different ways. And I honestly thought I'm going to be fine. Like, I've got a great mindset. I'm going to be fine. The kids
Mhm.
got it. My wife, Christy, got it. And I'm like, I'm going to be the cockroach that doesn't get it. Well, apparently I wasn't a cockroach in that regard. I did get it.
Mhm.
And I must admit to you, and like, I'm not perfect. I must admit to you, for the first like day, I was pissed off. I was like, this isn't me.
Mhm.
But then in those moments of anger and frustration, I was like, how is this serving me?
Wow.
And I think what we need to do is, in those moments where you lose your physical health, as an example, that is an
Mhm.
opportunity for you to up your mental health, to up your spiritual health. Because when one is taken, you get to lean in and use the others or grow the others. So for me, even if my physical health is not with me, but by the way, like, that is like, I really love my physical health. Like, I do not abuse my body with I live a balanced life. I don't believe in being rigid with things, because I think that sometimes causes mental health issues. Like, I don't do this. Well, you know what? I I I I'm not silly with my body.
Mhm.
I treat my body very, very, very kindly, from a physical standpoint, but also from a mental, spiritual, and emotional standpoint. If I am not enjoying my environment, I change it. If I'm not enjoying who I'm around, I change it. If I am not enjoying how sluggish I feel, I change it. I
Mhm.
drink herbal tea. I drink a lot of water. So yeah, health is the most important thing for me, period. That's the thing that I do on a daily basis. And yes, you can have, like, I've got the incredible, amazing Alex Sharafin. I've got his, planner system here too. So yes, there are things that I do to get to be productive and all that sort of stuff. But productivity starts with health.
Wow. Mic drop. Liz, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Could you just share? And I understand, because I truly appreciate your value you have shared and the beliefs that you have. Could you just share on is this website for someone or any entrepreneur that would like to connect with you? Could you just share a little bit about this?
Yeah, totally. So I've gone through as I said before, many versions of Liz Benny. And I felt like the call for me was to shift away from the online course creator person, because that wasn't really fulfilling me anymore, to more of a transformational catalyst of change in people's lives. So for me, I'm really passionate about helping people with the actual shifts that they need to take in order to transform. So on lisbenny.com, if you go to the programs page, there are some programs there. We are a transformational travel company. No, I won't say travel company. We are a transformational experience company now. So through
Yeah.
transformational experiences and expert mentorship, we help people have lives that are all about the perfect effing balance. And what that means, before you think that I'm swearing, I'm not swearing right now. Faith, family, friends, fun, fortune,
Yeah.
all of the incredible F's that are there that help us live amazing lives. And I help people create their amazing life based on their values for them. Period.
Amazing. Amazing. That was really awesome, Liz. Any final quotes or thoughts that you have personally, or anyone's quotes that you would like to leave with our audience today on the live and the replay before you go?
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I think one of the big themes that I've been talking about today, and I really hope people get this, because a lot of people have looked up to me and they're like, oh my gosh, it's Liz Benny. And I go to these shows and like people go, oh my gosh. And I've had people touch me and like, oh my gosh, you're the real Liz Benny. I'm like, hey, hold up for a second. Like, I'm not Jesus. Like, let's just hold up for a
Jesus.
second. So what I want to say is that I am amazing. I am absolutely freaking amazing. I'm intelligent. I am beautiful. I am tenacious. I am all of these amazing things. And I work on myself a lot, right? Because I have down moments. I'm not always the top of the pops, but I have a lot less down moments. than the average person. For the most part, I live a really, 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 really happy, amazing life. But it's my life. Whoever is listening and watching right now, don't try to live my life. Live your life, live your best life. And comparing to me, or comparing to Daniel, or comparing to Russell Brunson, or comparing to Tony Robbins, or comparing to Oprah, like, I want you to see those people as beacons of light of of what is possible when you step into authenticity and the truth of your journey. The truth of their journey. That's what they chose to do. They stepped into themselves. Sarah Blakely, another great example. But I'm not going to go out there and funnel hack their life. You can't do that. Yes, you can look for inspiration. Yes, you can go and see, oh, cool, this offer is converting and all that sort of stuff. But don't try to live other people's lives. Live your life. Live your best life. You need to be living a life where you are comparing yourself to you, and where you're inspired to. So for me, my biggest thing is I want to be proud as punch when I am in my 90s and I look back on my life and I go, holy crap. And I'll probably be a ritzy grandma. I'll probably drop a few F-bombs and, be dancing around and having some fun. But I want to be proud of the life that I created with truth and meaning for me. I'm not living it for my dad. I'm not living it for my mom. I'm living it for me. Or true to me is probably the best way to say it. So that's what I say. Don't live my life. It's amazing. But live your amazing life.
Hey, Daniel here again, and I just want to thank you for watching this video. And like I promised, I would like to give you an awesome gift. But before that, did you know the fastest way to reach the next level in your online business is not by cracking your head for ideas, going live every day on social media and all that? The fastest way we discovered is by interviewing experts that are in the niche that you're in. What I mean by that? Have you heard of this phrase where your network is your net worth? I'm sure you did, but if you have not, hear me out for a second. The real question is, how do we connect with these elite entrepreneurs and marketers? It took me a while to understand this, but with a lot of researching and studying, I finally discovered that most of them have this one pattern in common. Most of them started their entrepreneurship journey by asking or interviewing experts before they became one. And that's why having an interview show is so powerful. It does not only connect you with these experts, but it also builds your authority, trust, and credibility with your audience, and they will be willing to buy your offer without hard selling. Amazing, right? So here is my awesome gift to you. If you're looking to connect with your dream experts with a powerful interview show, I have this special short training that will help you with all the strategies that you need to launch one. All you have to do is click the link in the description, and that will direct you to my free group where the free training is. Over there, you'll be able to connect with me and ask me any questions that you have, and also join me in live interview session that is ongoing every single month. You will be able to find other free trainings that are in there that will help you in your entrepreneurship journey as well. Hope you enjoy it, and I can't wait to see you in there. Once again, thank you so much. Till the next one, I'm Daniel Das, signing out. Goodbye for now.